Today we have a special guest. Welcome, Bobby.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Thanks, I'm glad to be here.
So how are you?
Pretty good. Getting rough.
So, are you ready to talk about your situation, answer some questions that we have for you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so what happened to you?
What happened to me? Had a girlfriend named Naya. We were very much in love. Cared about each other a lot.
Mm-hmm.
One night, we just made bad decisions, and we ended up having a baby.
What's her name?
Feather.
So, how do you regret the decisions that you made that night?
In a way, I do. Originally, I very much regretted it. Who would want to have a baby at 16?
Mm-hmm.
But I love Feather, and Feather has made me such a better person. So when I think back on it, don't regret it at all.
So, how do you feel about teenage pregnancy in general?
Teenage pregnancy should not happen. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because
You just said that you...
just said that I
Better
don't
person.
regret it, and definitely made me a better person. But you're ruining the rest of your life because you want to get pregnant at 16.
So, how are you able to afford to pay for Feather and manage your time?
It's very difficult, but my mother really helps, and she's very supportive, and she gives me money when I need it. But it's also the responsibility of myself. It's my job to support her, since it was my decision.
So, do your teachers react any differently to you?
No, I'm just like any other kid. They all know that Naya was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And just like any other kid to them.
So, you had no special treatment, nothing. They didn't give pity on you for any reason. No sympathy.
In a way, I was treated even harder.
Really? Because you had to deal with all this stuff. So, how were you able to deal with a baby, and on top of that, the pain of losing your girlfriend Naya?
It's so hard to express my feelings. At first, I honestly thought that my life was over by not having her.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only would it be difficult if we were both here to raise Feather, but just for myself raising her, it's 20 times harder.
So, were you ever planning on getting married?
Yes.
And if Naya hadn't died, do you think that you would have taken care of her together, Feather?
Yes.
So, you would have stayed together. And
in my opinion, we would have stayed together because I was in love with her.
And would you rather have been in her position?
Yes. Because I love her so much that I would want her to be alive right now. I would die for her.
So, were you ever taught about precautions in school?
Yes, I was. In health class, they talked about it briefly. But I didn't listen, to be honest. I didn't think it was going to happen to me, so why listen?
So, what would you have done differently if you could have gone back?
Would have been safer. Would have thought about the process, what could happen to you, and didn't even think about what happens if she had some STD. Didn't even think about that. Just
Crossed your mind.
didn't even cross.
If your friend was in your position, how would you react, and would you support him?
If my friend was in the same position as me, 100% support him. Like how they support me.
That's a good friendship. So, will you move on from Naya and try to find another girl? Yes?
It'll take me a while to forget about her.
Mhm.
And
I'm sorry you're getting upset.
But I will learn to move on, and because she's never coming back.
Are you alright? We can continue? I'll give you a minute. Time for a break, okay?
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry.
are you planning to have any more children? Yes?
When I find the right girl.
Yes or no for some children? Anytime soon.
That's in about 4 years, possibly.
Okay. That's a reasonable amount of time.
So I definitely am not ready for one right now.
And if you find the right girl. Okay.
Which I did, but...
And what was your initial reaction when you found out that she was pregnant?
I was so speechless. I didn't even know what to say because I never thought that this would happen. In a
Never?
million years, never thought that at the age of 16.
Just
Heavy.
shows happen to anybody. And did you think that you would be able to support Feather?
Not at all. I was always the kid that took the easy way out.
And did you ever think about adoption or abortion?
Originally, I was thinking about it.
About what?
About having an abortion or giving up for adoption because it'd be very hard to raise a kid.
Mm-hmm. And you're very serious in adoption, right? You went to like all those places. You were looking into it a lot. What made you decide not to give her up for adoption? The pain of leaving her?
Definitely.
So you just wanted to, you were like, I'll suck it up, deal with it, and now
Look at me.
you like it, you love it.
Love her.
Don't regret it.
I don't know about that actually. When I think about it, I'm not telling any teenager to go and get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that is not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me such a better person. I can't even stress that enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as I said, I was always that kid that took the easy way out. Never did his homework. And I'm so much more responsible now.
So, I understand that it's very difficult to raise it, but did you expect it to be this difficult?
Not at all. I thought that it would be difficult. Obviously, it'd be difficult. But when that baby came out, my brain just shut down. And I realized there was no turning back.
So, knowing how difficult that it is to raise a child, would you have been easier on your mother when she was raising you?
Most definitely.
Yes. And will you teach your children precaution?
Yes, I do not want my children having to deal with this at the age that I had to deal with.
So, no teenage pregnancy for them. And if Feather was to get pregnant at the age that you are now, what would you do?
Do exactly what my mother did. Freak out. Like any other parent. You probably have kids of your own.
Yes.
Obviously freak out.
I would be so
speechless and disappointed. I'm very disappointed. But then, obviously, I'd support.
You would have to.
I'd have to support my kid because, although they made the wrong decision like I made, how else are they going to survive without me?
Yes. So, all in all, you don't regret the choices that you made. I
regret it. I regret not taking precautions. But in the end, it has made me such a better person.
Okay. Well, I think that's all the time we have for you today, Bobby. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you soon.
Teenagers, stay safe.
Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you next week, so tune in. Okay, when I go like this,
we're gonna
just stop. Give me my time to think. I forgot what I was gonna say. When I get into it, then I'll be able to think. Okay, ready? Hi, welcome. We have good morning. Welcome. Good morning. Today we have a special guest joining us. Welcome, Bobby.
No, I'm putting it
in. Welcome, Bobby.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How are you today?
Doing pretty well, thanks.
So, what is your situation?
Well, I have a baby girl out. I have a baby girl at home. Her name is Feather. I love her very much.
How old are you, Bobby?
I don't know how old I am.
You can cut the beginning out, right?
Yeah.
Friendship. That's a... Hold on. Are you ready?